Today's video is blade removal on a Tandem 2.2 lawnmower. So the nylon blade bolt that's on here can use a 24 socket, straight on, ratchet, hold the blade and open. So when you open, you then need a 10 spanner. Open the nuts, the bolts at the bottom. Now these are nylock nuts, so they will not vibrate loose. Once you've opened it, now, ladies and gentlemen, we're also going to talk a little bit about the maintenance of a blade and when you need to replace it. Blade is out. We can put the blade back in. So you leave the bolt on the opposite side. Take the nylock nut back on. This will help you to pull the blade back in. Tighten evenly on either side. Once you start doing that, the blade will start to pull in. Once you've done that, spacer, blade bolt, back in. 24 socket, tighten. So all you need to do is hand tighten. Now if you do not have a 24 socket, what you can do is standard water pump plier on the outer end of the bolt. Grab it and just push down. That's it. That's how you remove the blade from there. So we're just going to go over some damages on blades and explain to you the different types of damages. So the first type that I'm going to show you all is damage on the front end of the blade. What happens here is that blade is going to hit into a rock, it's going to bend, and this blade is going to become unbalanced. Once the blade becomes unbalanced, it's twisted. The vibration from this blade now travels up onto the motor and damages the motor. Blade number 2, as you can see, the wear pattern on the blade and the holes that are there, it's an indication the customer is using it in an area where there's a lot of sand. So sand, when it starts to suck up onto the blade, it creates a sandpaper effect and it starts to wear the blade down. So this blade becomes uneven as well. As soon as it becomes uneven, you're going to get vibration, you're going to get damage. This is another blade that's worn completely. Same by too much of sand. Now, when a blade hits a hard object, stops almost immediately, and when it stops, what happens is it creates a shock wave into the motor. So we have a nylon boss that absorbs that shock wave, but what happens there is the boss starts to get damaged on the inside. There's a key on the inside that attaches the motor to the blade. That starts to get damaged. This blade now starts to get loose. Eventually what happens is the motor spins and the blade just stays in one place. So take all of that into consideration. Inspect your lawnmowers constantly. Make sure that you are not hitting any hard objects and you'll be good. Thank you for listening. Please subscribe for more videos.